So I've been looking into this phenomenon for many years. And if there's one thing I learned when I was very young, it was not to trust the government. Let's face it, they've been hiding the truth from the general public for some reason for many years. Now, August 2020, we're in a whole new playing field. We cannot ignore the fact that this phenomenon has been interacting with us for years. And the governments of the world have been taking it seriously for years, studying it behind the scenes. I would say we're in a very strange place right now. Let's think about it. If anything Bob Lazar ever said was true, then there is some sect of the US government, and maybe other governments in the world, that have been studying this phenomenon and have recovered crashed UFOs. It's pretty obvious that we're not getting the whole story here. In reality, turning this technology into a weapon would put any superpower or any country that had that capability leaps and bounds ahead of any other adversary. I've been listening to the TTSA Talks podcast, and the other day Lou said something on the podcast that stuck with me. He said, if we could use this technology to bring the good guys home and to help the good guys get back to their families safe, then he's all for it. But this idea of the good guy and the bad guy is something that I've been thinking about lately. I was born and raised in the United States, and I lived there till I was in my 20s, and I ended up living in Argentina. I came here to visit family and just kind of like on a vacation, and I ended up staying. And if there's one thing I've learned after being in Argentina for 10 years, it's that the good guys and the bad guys, the lines get blurred depending on where you are in the world, depending on what side of the barrel you're standing on. Imagine the power one of these re-engineered off-world vehicles or tech taken from one of those vehicles could have. Would it be a positive evolution for us? Or would it be a negative evolution for us? Would it put our species more at risk, having such powerful weapons in some arsenal sitting on one side of a border? This also made me think about the phenomenon itself and how it seems to hide in the shadows, and it hasn't disclosed itself openly to us. It hasn't landed on the White House lawn. Human beings seem to turn everything into a weapon. Sticks and stones, bones, all the way to the nuclear bombs that we have now. So if you were an intelligent species from some other world or dimension visiting us and studying us, the last thing you would probably want is for us to get our hands on your technology and to either use it against you or use it to destroy the planet that we currently live on or our species. In the direction that we're headed right now with this idea that UFOs could be a threat, at the moment we have no control over this phenomenon. The governments of the world will probably want to have some control over this. And if they can get a leg up and use their own technology against them, they will. But that is a very dangerous line to walk, because how powerful can a weapon get? You know, what are the ramifications of having such a powerful weapon? I think honestly, if we do figure out how this tech works and we apply it to better the human race, it will do that. But I think that if that happens, they will also apply it to create weapons. And this could go both ways. It could go very well for us or very bad for us and just take us into a whole nother decade of new kinds of warfare. And I don't know. I totally could see why these beings are just studying us and not interacting with us fully, not openly interacting with us.